Well, Steve, that's 3 wins on the spin now, 11 goals and 5 here today. It's a good little run of form, this.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think we said before, how impressive they've been since they came back, and we said to them about the standards they needed to get back to, and they've certainly done it. So can't fault them for that. 11 goals, but I think it should have been more. If we're being absolutely really critical, we should have been 3 or 4 up at half time. And the nice thing about it was they were some set plays, deliveries, great deliveries in. We got headers on it, but it just went to the keeper. And we've got to try and go for the corners there. But, not to put a dampener on it, I'm obviously very pleased with that. But we've got to keep on improving and improving.
It's the time of the year where pitches can be difficult. They start to soften and break up, but your team played some fantastic football at times today. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, we've got some good footballers at this club, and they're constantly conditioned with playing under pressure and playing in tight areas. But it's not just about doing that. It's about supporting advancing, knowing your next pass, and it's about angles and distances to connect properly and link the play. And we've been working extremely hard on that over the last few weeks. And as you say, it looks like they're getting to grips with it.
You were quite critical of 1 or 2 of them a few weeks ago, and quite rightly so, given the results that were happening out in front of you. But what's changed? Josh Andrews says lots of hard work at the turn of the year, but in your mind, what's the difference now?
Well, it's hard work does help. It does, but you can't just rely on hard work. There's lots of people up and down the leagues in the country working hard and not getting it. It's, I don't know, the players' mentality since they come back. We had a look at some of the things we was doing, and we've adjusted 1 or 2 things. And yeah, it's coming off at the moment, but I've been in this game far too long to get carried away with things like that. That could all change next week. So we always enjoy a victory, and but we'll be critical with ourselves as coaches in there, looking at where we can get even better. And very nice today that we've managed to get a few of the young lads involved as well. 3 of them on the pitch to start with, and then Cade coming on and making his league debut. So that's what we want to do. We spoke about this before with you, bringing the young ones on and that, because we got, as say, down in that 18, some very good players. So, that cycle continues of, ones coming up from the 16s to the 18s, the 18s to the 23s, and hopefully the 23s can start getting some loans and that. So it's good at the moment, but yeah, it all changes, so won't get carried away with that.
You're allowed to enjoy it, Spoons.
Yeah.
We just spoke to Big Josh Andrews too this afternoon, back amongst the goals. I mean, he started like a house on fire this season, then went through a bit of a barren spell, and you said he'll learn the most during that spell, but that's what he's capable of. He gets himself in the right areas, and with that frame of his, he's always going to be a threat. He's
a handful. It was a bit of a mismatch in the end there, centre half against him. But no, you're quite right there, Dal. It's you learn things from yourself, and as coaches, you learn things from other players when they're not going well. And he's, he works his socks off, and he's quick for a big man. And his general play is coming on, his movement short and long, and his hold up play, and he works very hard at it. So I'm really, really pleased for him, because he thoroughly deserves it.
Finally, down the other end, the only blotch on the afternoon is that late goal, but good to have a Berkey back in at left back, Geraldo Bajrami in amongst it as well, and great to see him back on the pitch, given his injury recently too.
Yeah, great to have all them boys back as well. Yeah, it's good for them to get some games under their belt. Yeah, it was a bit of a dampener on it, and that was Josh Andrews' fault. So we said how well he's done, and he just come up to me then and said, sorry, it was my fault. But that sums the lad up. He's honest as the day's long. But no, it's good to get them back, and their football was a lot more measured today than it has been as well. So yeah, we got next week. I think we got 2 games. Sorry, not next week. Week after, we got 2 games in 1 week. So we've got to keep on working hard and on the training pitch, and yeah, won't rest on our laurels. We keep trying to improve all the time.
The light's gone out on us, so I'll leave it at that, Steve. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.